and heads of delegations from G20 member countries, invitee countries, regional groupings, and international organizations. The deliberations will focus on building consensus on global trade and investment related issues, along with accomplishing action oriented proposals put forward by the Indian presidency. The total number of Jan Dhan accounts has crossed the 50 crore mark, the finance ministry said. Out of these accounts, 56% belong to women and 67% have been opened in rural and semi-urban areas. The deposits in these accounts are more than 2 lakh crore rupees. The ministry said about 34 crore RuPay cards have been issued in these accounts free of cost. The average balance in Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana accounts is over 4,000 rupees and more than 5 crore 50 lakh Jan Dhan accounts are receiving direct benefit transfer benefits. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana was launched in 2014 with an aim to provide universal access to banking facilities to the people across the country. The Reserve Bank of India has asked the banks to provide fixed interest rate options to individual borrowers and directed the lenders to levy only reasonable penalty charges in cases of default in EMI payments. The two decisions are expected to provide relief to the borrowers amid rising interest rates and most of the retail loans being on floating rates now. The RBI has issued guidelines to reset EMIs based on floating rate personal loans, including allowing borrowers to switch over to a fixed rate as per the bank board approved policy. In a statement, the banking regulators said that all existing borrowers shall be sent a communication through appropriate channels intimating the options available to them. The RBI said that banks and other lenders will have to implement personal loan instructions by the 31st of December 2023. The government will sell tomatoes at a retail price of 40 rupees per kilogram from tomorrow in different states and union territories. The Department of Consumer Affairs has directed National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India and National Cooperative Consumers Federation of India Limited to sell tomatoes at 40 rupees per kilogram. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot held a meeting with coaching institute owners last night in view of the increasing cases of suicide among coaching students in Kota. In this meeting, the Chief Minister said the time has come to reform the system and we cannot see children dying. 21 children have committed suicide in 8 months in the current year. More from our correspondent.
Kota is one of the 5 biggest coaching hubs in the country. More than 2.5 lakh children from different states of the country come to Kota to take coaching for NEET and IIT. According to a study conducted by the police, pressure of studies is the main reason for suicide. Various steps have been taken by the administration to prevent the suicide cases, but they have proved to be insufficient. Now, the government and coaching institutes are seriously thinking about reducing the pressure of children and connecting them with sports and other stress relieving activities. With Jitendra Dwivedi's report, this is Nisar, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
In Punjab, it is common practice to offer toys, especially aeroplanes, in Gurudwara Sahibs to fulfill the wishes of going abroad as early as possible. Now, the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee has issued a circular to stop this practice. More from our correspondent.
As per order of Shri Akal Takht Sahib Jathedar regarding the ban on offering of toys at Gurudwara Sahibs by the devotees in the name of devotion, the topmost body of Sikh community, the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee has issued a circular to Gurudwara managers under its control that this practice of offering of toys is against the teachings of Sikh Gurus and Maryada. The committee has appealed to devotees not to offer toy planes inside the Gurudwara Sahib, keeping in mind the reverence of the Guru and Maryada of the Guru's house. Shishu Sharma Shantal, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
The United States, Japan and South Korea have condemned China's dangerous and aggressive actions in the South China Sea. In a joint statement from a Camp David summit, the three countries also committed to consult promptly with each other and to coordinate responses to regional challenges, provocations and threats affecting their common interests. The statement also committed to hold trilateral military training exercises annually and to share real-time information on North Korean missile launches by the end of 2023. US President Joe Biden, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol today met at Camp David Presidential Retreat in the US. Chinese property giant Evergrande has filed for bankruptcy protection in the US amid a deepening real estate crisis in China. It will allow the heavily indebted company to protect its assets in the US as it works on a multi-billion-dollar deal with creditors. Evergrande defaulted on its huge debts in 2021, which sent shockwaves through global financial markets. The move comes as problems in China's property market add to concerns about the world's second-largest economy. China Evergrande Group made the Chapter 15 bankruptcy protection filing in a New York court on Thursday. Chapter 15 protects the U.S. assets of a foreign company while it works on restructuring its debts. Earlier this month, Beijing said that China's economy had slipped into deflation as consumer prices declined in July for the first time in more than 2 years. The India Meteorological Department IMD has said that heavy rainfall activity over Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Telangana and Chhattisgarh is likely to continue today. The IMD also forecasts an increase in rainfall over northeast India from tomorrow and continues till the 22nd of this month. It further states that subdued rainfall activity is likely to continue over the rest parts of the country during the next 3 to 4 days. We spoke to senior scientist at IMD, R.K. Jainamani.
Low pressure area lies over South Jharkhand and neighborhood, and because of that, monsoon has revived over central India, mainly east central and eastern India, and Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Vidarbha, all these areas are receiving fresh spell of the rainfall, and also some places heavy to very heavy rainfall. So we have mainly warning for the east central India, covering Madhya Pradesh, South Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Vidarbha and Telangana area. In the Gujarat, Rajasthan, we have no weather warning. For state capital Delhi, we have got rainfall in the early morning, and Gurgaon has reported heavy rainfall also, and some parts of the north of Delhi also reported heavy rainfall. The prediction for the Delhi NCR is that isolated light to moderate rainfall spell may be in the next 24 hours. For the Himalayan area, the heavy rainfall warning, the rain has reduced, however, isolated heavy to very heavy may continue.
The national capital woke up to a rainy morning today. The IMD has forecast thunderstorms with light to moderate intensity rain with heavy intensity rain over most parts of Delhi, including Safdarjung, Civil Lines, Patel Nagar, Rajiv Chowk, ITO, Dwarka, Akshardham, Lodi Road, IGI Airport, RK Puram, House Khas and Malvi Nagar during the next few hours. The Reserve Bank has said that India's forex reserves have increased by 708 million to 602.161 billion US dollars for the week ended August 11. This is the first increase after declining for 3 consecutive weeks. Foreign currency assets increased by 999 million to 534.40 billion US dollars. Gold reserves dipped by 340 million to 44.34 billion US dollars, while special drawing rights were up by 51 million to 18.32 billion US dollars. In October 2021, the country's foreign exchange reserves touched an all-time high of 645 billion US dollars. In cricket, India defeated Ireland by 2 runs via DLS method in first T20 International to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series in Dublin last night. Pace spearhead Jasprit Bumrah made a splendid comeback as India restricted Ireland to 139 for 7 in the stipulated 20 overs. Earlier, India won the toss and opted to bowl. Chasing 140 for victory, India were 47 for 2 in 6.5 overs. Visitors were just 2 runs ahead of Ireland in DLS par score when rain stopped the game. Yashasvi Jaiswal and Ruturaj Gaikwad contributed 24 and 19 runs respectively for India. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Saira Mushtaba.
Thank you, Naresh. A headline in the Asian Age says, at G20 meet, Prime Minister hails India's COVID TB elimination efforts, says global collaboration must thwart next health crisis. India inches closer to punishing 2611 brains. Under that headline, the Pioneer says, a US court has denied the Havur Rana's plea, paving the way for the US to extradite the Pakistan-origin businessman to India. People must face music for abusive posts, says Supreme Court, adding that an apology cannot stop criminal proceedings, writes the Times of India. The Indian Express reports that the Haryana government has said that the demolitions in Nuh were not pick and choose. Hindustan Times shows a picture of the moon as captured by a camera on the lander of Chandrayaan-3 on its front page. And finally, under the headline, Rural Young More into YouTube and WhatsApp out of Facebook. Business Line quotes a Bharat Lab survey on media use habits that has found the youth low on socializing, physical sport. And with that, it's back to you, Naresh.
Thank you, Saira. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on a 4-day visit to South Africa and Greece on the 22nd of this month. G20 Joint Finance and Health Ministers meeting to be held today in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. RBI asked banks to provide individual borrowers the option to switch over to fixed rate at the time of reset of interest rates. United States, Japan and South Korea condemn China's dangerous and aggressive actions in South China Sea. China's real estate agent Evergrande files for US bankruptcy protection as part of one of the world's biggest debt restructurings. And in cricket, India beat Ireland by 2 runs in first T20 International to take a 1-0 lead in 3-match series in Dublin. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.